Welcome back to another episode of the Quick 30 Podcast family. Today we have to talk about a lot of controversy that's been going around in the NFL. But before we get into that, how y'all feeling today?
Good, man.
Great day.
Great day.
Great day.
How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, blessed and highly favored because we had a funny dinner for my birthday this past Sunday. It was really it was funny. It was eventful. If you were there,
That's
you were
great.
there. You know what went on.
Shenanigans.
But I didn't get to skydive though because of the rain and the wind. So I'm about to reschedule it and do it again on Saturday. Next Saturday.
You gotta take a video, bro. You gotta take a video.
I'm taking a video and that was
You
easy.
finna drop your phone. You finna drop your phone.
No, I'm not gonna drop my phone. I need one of y'all to y'all still have an opportunity to come.
Hard pass.
Who is
pass.
y'all?
Like, give me a year. Give me a year, bro.
No,
me a year.
I promise you. Hey, if we hit 1 million followers on any platform, I'll do it. That's the only way I do it.
Oh, it looks like Mo's gonna do it.
1 million. 1 million. Listen, like jumping out of a plane. I don't even like to ride planes. And you're tell me to jump out of one? Oh, nah.
Feel like Superman with me. Feel liberated.
Nah, bruh. Nah, I can feel like Superman in many other ways.
Mm-mm.
Let me do a backflip once. I've never did a backflip in my life. If I do a backflip once, I promise you, I feel like Superman.
Hey, man, we got to get to the NFL talk. The draft was last week, and there was a lot of, feelings towards it. What did y'all think about the draft, and in specific, what did y'all think about the who y'all drafted, y'all teams?
Go ahead, Zay.
I can actually say that my Seahawks, bro, John Snyder and Mike McDonald, they cooked something up. They cooked something up. I'm not even gonna lie. We picked up that guard from North Dakota, Gray. What's his name? Gray Zebbel.
Zebbel?
Yeah, something like that. We picked up him. We picked up We picked up 2 wide receivers, a running back, a fullback, some defensive tackles. We picked up Jalen Milroe. Now,
that's another running back.
Like, oh no. No. No, he's our quarterback. They're not about to try to pull what they did to Lamar, try to make him a running back or receiver. Nah. He is a quarterback. Now,
why is there so much hate for Jalen Milroe?
I don't even know, bro.
No, he's not a running
figure
back.
out. Like,
You mean Jalen Mildew?
this
Let
guy.
me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Milroe. I hope, for Zay's sake, that he becomes a better quarterback than he was the last year at Alabama. But he really did look really, really bad. Like, really, really bad.
Towards the end of the season. I'll probably say towards the end of the season.
No. He looked bad all year.
Can't call it, bro.
I beg to defer, but Zay, didn't y'all trade Sam Howell?
Yeah, we traded Sam Howell back to the Vikings. I think it was.
So it's trading him, is that gonna give Jalen Milroe some playtime? Because y'all did draft him, and I was wondering that, and I'm not a Seahawks fan. I had to ask a Seahawks guy, is he gonna get some playtime?
That I'm not 100% sure, bro, because a lot of rookie quarterbacks, or even rookies in general, a lot of them aren't gonna be that guy their first year. Only a certain select few picks are gonna, shine their first year. I actually believe that Sam Darnold is going to be our starting quarterback, and Jalen Milroe is going to sit behind him a year. Just to
Wait, you mean Sam
watch him
Darnold?
learn. Huh?
Sam Darnold?
That's what I said.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Sam Howell. My fault.
Oh, no. He gonna sit behind Sam Darnold for a year, watch how he play, learn from him, and I feel like within the next year he'll be our starter.
A tough luck for you.
With my team, honestly, the draft.
I'm sorry,
Y'all
bro.
know what I'm about
I'm
to say.
sorry.
I wanted
I'm sorry,
Shador Sanders. I'm gonna just keep it real simple for the people, short and concise. I wanted Shador Sanders. That's what I stayed up for. You know, we traded that 25th pick, and when we got that 25th pick, I'm thinking in my head, we are going to pick up a quarterback. We're going to pick up Shador Sanders. You know what? You know what the Giants did? They did not do that at all. They could not draft him and drafted Jackson Dart. Man, I love Jackson Dart because I looked at his film. He's poised in the pocket. He can run the ball. He has a really great arm. And he's not afraid to, to stand in the pocket and take some damage. So he's a pretty good quarterback. But he had one of the best receivers in college football to throw the ball to, Trey Harris. So, I mean, I like the fit of Jackson Dart. I would have preferred Shador Sanders. We drafted Abdul Carter, which is the next Micah Parsons in the league to me, absolute dog. We drafted a couple old linemen, D tackles. I mean, that's beneficial for us too because our defense is loaded now. And we drafted a corner from Oklahoma that I really, really, really liked. He's real physical, real strong. He can cause plays and he can make some turnovers happen. So I think we had a pretty good draft. I think we're filled all throughout our team now, especially defensively. We just needed a quarterback, but
Hey, yo, Mike, can I ask you something, bro?
yeah.
Yeah, because, like, I'm going to say it like this. The defense for the Giants was never the problem. It was always your offense.
Yep.
It was always your offense. So, like, with Abdul Carter being the third-round pick to y'all squad, y'all, like, what does that mean for y'all defense if it was already never the issue?
Oh, we're top 5 defense in the league, no question. That's an audacious statement, but I'm willing to say it. We're top 5 defense. We're top 5 defense. Y'all can't tell me we're not a top 5 defense when we have Abdul Carter coming in. We still have Kayvon Thibodeau. We had Micah McFadden, who had a great season last year. Still Sexy Dexy. No Diddy.
Hey!
Yo, that's his name. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy.
Nah, bro. Y'all gotta watch him.
And Brian Burns too had a phenomenal year last year. So adding Abdul Carter is gonna add fuel to that defense, and we're going to be top 5. Nobody can tell me that.
Hold up. You actually got belief in Kayvon Thibodeau?
Yes, I do have belief in Kayvon Thibodeau. He didn't have the greatest season last year, but he can get back to where he was his rookie year.
You gonna keep hoping and keep dreaming. He's robbing somebody else of playtime. All right, that's just ridiculous.
Even without him, our defense is still loaded.
I also can't believe you're sitting up here and you actually think Jackson Dart is about to be anything. You are trying to cope with the fact that you didn't get Shador Sanders, so you're trying to like him. I'm not letting that slide.
Bro, you can't
Mo, they got a quarterback. They got a quarterback, bro. That's what they needed. Now, is Jackson Dart going to be the solution? Probably not, because I don't like the New York Giants. But it's the fact that they don't got Danny Dimes no more. And that was
there you go.
Look. I'll take Jackson Dart over Daniel Jones. I'll take that over any day. Let's not get it twisted.
Jackson Dart hasn't played a single snap. He could be the worst quarterback in the league, and we don't even know it yet.
Jackson Dart was better than Daniel Jones was in college.
Mo, what you got to say about that, bro?
Daniel Jones got picked before him?
Ooh.
No. We're not going to do that. That was a different draft class, and Jackson Dart played in the SEC.
Oh, my goodness. What did he do in that SEC?
Who wins out the SEC? Most of the time it's Alabama. They didn't win this year.
He was a loser. He got his stuff smacked around.
I'm not saying Jackson Dart's the greatest quarterback in the world, but I'm saying he's not Shador Sanders, but he's a good quarterback. If you watch the film, he has an arm. He has a better arm than Shador. Not a better athlete, but he has a better arm.
Hey, Mike. I just want you to look up one thing, okay? I want you to watch his game versus Florida, and then come back to me. Okay.
And Mike, I got something too, because I gotta disagree with you on that. With Jackson Dart got a better arm. Watch what Shador did against Baylor when he threw that Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary, yeah, that Hail Mary is cool, but other than that, Jackson Dart definitely has a better arm than Shador Sanders. I'm not saying he's a better quarterback. That's no question. Shador is a better quarterback. I'm riding with my dog, but I gotta accept it. We had a good draft.
The only thing that I can say that Jackson Dart probably has on Shador is that Jackson Dart is a running quarterback.
Yeah, he is.
Shador needs to work on, running a little bit. But
And we're not. And I'm not even just talking about him. Like I said, all of our draft picks were good. Corey Black, Oklahoma. He's a great corner. He gets off his break quick. I love him. And our offensive linemen and defensive tackles that we got were solid. So I can complain that we didn't get the best option, but it is what it is. What about you, Mo?
Well, the Ravens. Let me tell you something about the Ravens, man. We made great picks this year. We got line help, D-line help. Now our D lineman was controversial. The edge out of Marshall, he's facing some allegations. Let's just put it that way. And we took a chance on him. But if he's able to play, we got a steal because he was a second-round pick. Obviously, Malachi Starks.
Oh.
We needed a safety. Now, let me tell y'all something. Now that we have Malachi Starks, I'd like to tell Mike, yeah, you think you the best defense or whatever. You think you're a top defense, but your defense don't line up with our defense. Your defense doesn't stand a chance against our defense now, because now we got the best secondary in the league: Nate Wiggins, Kyle Hamilton, Malachi Starks, Marlon Humphrey.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that backfield is boxed.
I can't say nothing to that. I can't.
No,
I think
try
my
some.
I think my D line is better than yours.
Okay, I'll give you that.
But I didn't say to my secondary. I mean, look, our secondary still has Deontay Banks on it. So okay, y'all got the win on that one.
Deontay Banks. He's gonna be good for y'all this year. I'm gonna love watching him play.
No, you don't.
But
Continue, though.
yeah, we picked up one pick that I really strongly like. Two of them actually. I like Emory Jones out of LSU. He's been very well. He pass blocked for Newsheimer and he pass blocked for Jaden Daniels. Obviously, he was All-American, great player. And the other one, y'all know, LaJohntay Wester.
That's a
that
fact.
boy
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
speedster.
Yeah.
That's a
That
steal.
boy's a speedster.
Yeah.
He's gonna be. If Zay Flowers get tired, don't even worry about it. We got LaJohntay. We were probably gonna put him at kick returner.
Yeah, he's gonna
or
be a
punt returner.
phenomenal kick returner,
His
bro.
speed is gonna be amazing. Y'all know we love our punt returners and kick returners. We haven't had a good consistent one since Devin Duvernay left, but our draft was really well. I give our draft probably like a B plus. A B plus.
Only comment I gotta say about your draft, Mo.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hate. I'm gonna be very transparent. Malachi Starks is a
Right.
phenomenal talent with Kyle Hamilton because he plays exactly like him. And Zay, you remember this? I said this last time we recorded. I said they were gonna get Malachi Starks. Look what happened.
You did.
I called it. I say he's a perfect fit for the Ravens.
But I'm trying to tell you, Malachi Starks and Kyle Hamilton, they got that backfield box. Those
Yeah.
two alone.
Yeah, that's
So
the advantage
it's
the
gonna be a
Ravens
scary
have.
sight.
Yeah, come on now. Super Bowl champions.
Get past Mahomes first. Just had to point that out for y'all.
Dang.
That's crazy. No, I can't say nothing to that. You know.
Can't.
Sometimes you just. Anyway, Mike, you got to get past your whole division first before you start talking.
I'm confident in my team. Look,
I'm
we just got
confident
put
in my team.
we just got put some points on the board and we're cool. That's all. That's the only thing that solves our problem.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
you know we put them points on the board. We just got to stop them sometimes.
Okay,
But we
see.
stop them when we need to. Mark Andrews just. Anyway, no, I don't even want to talk about it.
Now we gotta talk about the big issue that's been going around, even politics. I don't even know how it got into that. Shador Sanders fell to the 5th round, and we all projected him honestly to be in the 1st round, preferably the 3rd pick in the draft, if not something around that. How do we feel about him dropping to the 5th round and that whole situation taking place?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm a sound like Stephen A. when I say this, bro. That was absolutely preposterous, bro. That
It was.
just, like right there, bro, just goes to show that it's not about talent in the NFL no more, bro. It's not about talent. They were trying to prove a point that, you're too cocky, humble yourself, kid. Like, bro, what? How are you projected to be a top draft pick, like top 3 draft pick in your entire season, and then when the draft starts, you fall to the 144th pick? You mean to tell me 143 people were better than Shador? and that includes Dylan Gabriel. What's Tyler Shuck? Tyler Shuck?
He sucks.
Like,
I'm sorry.
A man who can't even throw a
stinks.
slant. Are you kidding me? And I'm sorry, Mike. This your quarterback too, but Jackson Dart, and I'm gonna go back to that pick right there, bro. Whole time, I think Jackson Dart's pick was a slap in the face to Shedeur. Because
I agree.
How do you
Not
trade
saying I'm wrong.
up in the second round, bro? You had the Giants had only one draft pick the first round. How do y'all trade up from a second round pick to get Jackson Dart when everybody anticipated New York getting Shedeur? After Shedeur met with them, had custom cleats for him, he kept throwing the ball to Malik Neighbors, like, and then
Basically welcome this guy in.
literally, and then we got Pittsburgh on the clock. They pick up a defensive tackle, I believe it was. So I guess Mike Tomlin said Mason Rudolph is our answer. Mason Rudolph is gonna win us the Super Bowl. And then we got the Raiders. I don't even want past them. We go to New Orleans. I'm pretty sure the whole city of New Orleans was in shambles when they seen who they picked up instead of Shedeur. Like, that just goes, like I said, bro, that just goes to show that it's not about talent no more, bro. It's not about talent. Like, that's what they did to Shedeur. They really said 143 players are better than you, bro.
Yeah.
And we're gonna draft you to a team that already has a quarterback room stacked of quarterbacks, including Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, and they just drafted Dylan Gabriel. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they still have Joe Flacco.
Yeah, it's an old man like that.
Come on,
Stop
bro.
it.
Come on, bro.
It's
preposterous. That's all I gotta say.
This is just disrespectful. Like Zay said, preposterous. I find it absolutely appalling that Shedeur Sanders falls to the 5th round just like everybody else. You can't take what Deion Sanders did back in the day, and some may say that Deion was a little arrogant, he was a little pompous, he was a little flashy, and they still carry that hate from back in the day and they put it onto his son. Shedeur Sanders is an incredible talent. There's no question that he's the second best quarterback in the draft. There's no way you could tell me Dylan Gabriel was better than him. There's no way you could tell me that guy that Zay said from Louisville was better than him. You can't tell me that even Jackson Dart was better than him. None of these quarterbacks were nowhere near his level. And I seen something on First Take where somebody said that the talent speaks for itself and he wasn't that talented. That's incorrect. Shedeur Sanders is a talented quarterback, man. Easily should have been the 3rd pick in the draft. If not that, the Steelers could have picked him up and he could have been the 21st pick in the draft. All I'm going to reiterate and say is you got to separate the father from the son. And part of it I do kind of put on Deion, and people are going to hate me for saying this, but at some point, you got to let your child go, bro. You can't go on an interview telling teams that my son is not going to get drafted at this certain team. Bro, he's getting drafted into the NFL. Any team is lucky. Any team that he's getting drafted to, he should be lucky that he's getting drafted to. You should not be able to control the narrative like that. And that's all I have to say about it.
No, that's a fact,
y'all
bro.
Y'all hit it right on the head, man. Like, I just think this was a way for the NFL owners to punish Shedeur for being himself. Punish the whole Sanders family for being themselves. Because if you don't put a name to the stats show you that he's a top quarterback in the draft. And the fact that he fell all the way to the 5th round, like, if he fell out the 1st round, okay. But then you think 2nd round, him for sure. But 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And it's just like it was almost comical at the owners, because how do you let someone like Shedeur slip? And then not only that, he gets drafted to the worst place you could possibly draft. And the thing is that this brings up a question I have for y'all. Now that they ended up taking Shedeur, do you think that it was right for them to trade that pick, the number 2 pick?
That's a good
Because if you
question.
think about it,
That's a good question.
they could have just taken Shedeur, Or they could have just taken Travis, and then if you just took Shedeur then it would make sense. But then it was just like they traded it, you know?
Yeah, I feel you, because it kind of hits it on the nail, because it's basically saying that, you know, Shedeur, you were the last option. We just got you because you were in the 5th round, honestly.
Nah, literally, and it kind of sucks because, like, the fact of the matter is, like I stated earlier, there were teams that needed a quarterback. Like, Mike, y'all needed a quarterback desperately. The Steelers needed a quarterback desperately. Like, I'm pretty sure Mason Rudolph is still suffering from his concussion that I think it was Myles Garrett hit him in the helmet. Hit him in the head with the helmet. Like, I still think he's suffering from that. So it's to the point where, like I said, it's terrible that he really fell that deep into the draft, because the media doesn't like him. The media tries to portray him as, like Mike said, this arrogant, cocky dude who takes after his father, but they're literally mistaking his confidence with arrogance.
I do have a question for both of y'all, because I said it. I want to see where y'all viewpoint is on it. Do you think part of this is on Deion?
Yeah, and Mike, I agree with you, bro, because it's how can I put it, bro? It gets to a point where, like you said, you got to let your son be a man. You have to let your son be a man, and when it's time for the NFL to draft him, he's going to be talking with grown men, discussing his career future. So for Prime to, you know, get on podcasts and TV talking about, oh, my son's not going to get drafted, this, that, and the third, it's kind of, you know, taking a shot at the NFL, like, hey, like, and that's what the NFL seeing, bro. Like, Mike, what you said, that's what the NFL is seeing. Oh, he's not grateful that he's going to get drafted, so let's make an example out of him. His pop said this, all right, bet, this is what we're going to do. So,
yeah,
like, that's a part of that.
I think it's a part, like, obviously Deion plays a part in it, and I think obviously Shedeur plays a part in it, because you got to think about it. Shedeur did only go to 3 interviews and told everybody else, like, I'm probably not going to be there for your pick. So, like that's basically what happened. And not only that, he didn't work out at the combine. Yeah,
he said he didn't need to.
So you not doing interviews with multiple teams, and not even participating in the combine, it does leave a bad taste in people's mouths. And regardless of who you are, you would get treated like that. But especially when you're already under the public eye of getting a lot of scrutiny and critique, it's like, I think you should have just did the interviews, bro. You didn't have to participate in the combine. I don't think he had to, but he should have did more interviews than just 3 to 5 teams, I think it was. So I think it was both of them have a piece to blame, but that's still unacceptable for where he fell.
So,
that's a fact.
Like, do y'all believe that him going to the Browns is gonna kind of add some willpower, some fire to him, or anything like that? Because like y'all said, he's now the 4th string quarterback. He's behind Flacco, Gabriel, and Deshaun Watson. I don't even know if he's gonna come back next season from that injury. Like, is he gonna get some play time?
Yeah, for sure. I think he's gonna get some play time for the sole fact that the Browns are gonna keep losing. Unless they put Flacco in, of course. If Flacco comes in, then they're going to be in blowouts, and obviously Shedeur is going to play in blowouts. But they have to play Shedeur. He's the moneymaker.
And I'm with Mo on this one. They kind of have to, because I'm not letting Kenny Pickett touch the field. That's not a shot at Kenny Pickett, but he's just not that quarterback yet. Dylan Gabriel, Heisman candidate. And he actually had a, good season over at Oregon. But, like I said, just not that guy. Shedeur is that guy. Shedeur really is that guy. And I really think that the Browns would be fools if they did not start Shedeur.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Bro, who should start for the Cleveland Browns?
Actually,
Flacco.
You said Flacco?
Flacco?
Yeah, y'all forget that Flacco was in the playoffs with the Browns?
All right, yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Now, who was drafted in the later rounds that should have been first round talent?
Well, number one, I think we can all agree with this is Shador. Like, he was drafted way too far in the league, and he's going to have first round talent. But besides Shador, I got to go with Tez Johnson from Oregon. He's a go-getter. He can, get you touchdowns and first downs whenever you can. He's fast. The only thing that's setting him back is his size. But Devontae Smith is the same, but maybe a little bit bigger than Tez Johnson. But they not gonna let that stop him from making plays. So yeah, he's definitely gonna be a sneaky first round talent.
I have to disagree with you on that one.
Crazy.
I strongly disagree.
Crazy.
Matter of fact,
Insane.
because Tez Johnson, I'm not saying that he's a bum, and I'm not saying he's going to be a bust, but he's just not first round talent. If I were to think of the first round and redo the draft, I definitely would not put Tez Johnson in the first round. Above all the receivers that they had, he's not in that realm with them. I'm sorry.
It's because you sleeping on him, bro. It's because you sleeping on him. He has true talent, bro. And
Name a
Johnson
receiver in the first round that
elite.
he could have got drafted ahead of.
Shoot, what's that? I'm gonna be bold, bro. That Luther dude, bro.
Luther got drafted in the second round,
yeah.
but you're crazy. You're crazy. No.
Whoa.
You're crazy.
Whoa.
Bo, you hearing this?
Yeah.
You hearing this guy?
Matter of fact, Mike, who you got? That's what I want to know. Who you got?
I got. First of all, you stole my answer. Luther Burden should have been in the first round. Let's get that straightened out. Luther Burden is Mr. Yak King. When he gets the ball, it takes about 5 or 6 people to tackle this man. That's number one. His hands are for sure like glue. He's not gonna drop the ball, and he's fast and explosive. It's that simple with him. It's that simple. He should have been drafted in the first round.
Besides having 5 people to bring him down, is Tez Johnson not anything you just stated?
Tez Johnson don't got hands like Luther Burden. That's a crazy statement.
He's going to catch any jump ball,
That's
bro.
crazy. That's crazy.
Like, an explosiveness? Do I have to explain about that?
I want this debate on Instagram. I might put this on Instagram. Who should have been first round talent? Tez Johnson or Luther Burden? That's simple. Mo, what do you think about this?
I think based off of size and like NFL
Say the
thing,
correct
they would
answer.
probably say Luther Burden.
Thank you.
But to be fair to Tez Johnson, he was putting up numbers.
Luther
Like
Burden was
someone that's that small, but he's doing it so much smaller though. Like, so if you're doing that so much smaller, that means smaller people, they have to work harder to get open, to do all this because everybody's stronger. Jump balls, they're either gonna get like bagged or whatever. So he's working 2 times harder to get open for Luther Burden. I think if you like thought about it in the sense like if they were the same height, I honestly think Tez Johnson.
You're crazy.
Talent, though.
That's insane.
Like, Mike, you have to watch
That's insane.
film on Tez,
Luther
bro.
Burden was
Like,
top 3 in receiving yards last year. Luther Burden
Burden's
led
tough.
that Missouri team.
Luther Burden's tough. He's tough, but force feeding the ball doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm
I'm
kind of with Mo on this one. Like, bro, you can't teach size and height. Like,
right.
Tez Johnson, it's not his fault that he's not like your average built receiver. But that's not gonna stop him though.
So let me ask, because I know where Zay's heads at on this. So Mo, if you were redoing the draft, be 100% honest with me. You are telling me, forget the size, just a straight answer. You're putting Tez Johnson ahead of Luther Burden. Let's think of the other receivers. Iboka from Ohio State. McMillan from Arizona. You're putting him above all these guys. Not even that. Matthew Golden, the receiver that got drafted to the Packers. All these people, you're putting Tez Johnson ahead of them.
I'm putting Tez Johnson over him.
I mean, I don't know if I'm saying all that. But we were just talking strictly Luther Burden versus. But the receivers, there's
That's
too many
okay,
good
Mo.
receivers.
It's okay, bro. You can
Too
put
many good receivers.
You can put Luther there, bro. Because like this draft class, like you said, a bunch of great receivers. But bro, I'm confident in Tez Johnson, bro.
I don't think
I
he's
just
better than a
think
single
Luther's
receiver I
just the
named.
better built player. I don't necessarily think he's necessarily better, but NFL teams look at your height and weight they take that serious. Like if you're a smaller guy, you're usually not gonna be highly drafted unless you're OC. But my surprise pick that should have been maybe first round, maybe not first round, but higher than he was. He was drafted in the 5th round. It's got to be Jaden Blue for the Cowboys. Really good out of Texas. He might not have the gaudy numbers, but if you just watch him play, he definitely has first round talent. And I think that the Cowboys, if they made Zeke a monster, now Zeke was already a monster, but if they made Zeke a monster in the NFL, they can make Jaden a monster for Dallas. So that's gonna be my surprising pick.
My guy that I would have to say, I have a couple of them, but we're running out of time. I would just say the number one guy is Will Johnson. I told everybody in the planet that Will Johnson should have been the first corner selected in the draft, and he was not. It was Jahdae Barron. Now look, Jahdae Barron, he's talented. I liked him out of Texas, but there's a big difference between Will Johnson and him. Will Johnson is way more physical than him. Will Johnson can play man and zone, and Will Johnson can tackle. He has everything, and he's 6 foot 190 or 200. He's a big corner. He has everything that you need. He can track the ball. He's good off his back foot and everything. Now, Barron, I love him. I think that he's an excellent zone corner. He kind of plays like a Cooper DeJean to me, but he's not better than Will. He's not. I'm sorry. So that's my guy. Will got drafted in the 2nd round. Should have been the 1st.
Do you think his injury played a part in
Yes.
him not?
Yeah. The injury definitely did play a big part. But even with the
agree.
injury, he's a 1st round talent easily.
Do you think he's a starter
It
though?
was really him and Travis all year.
Y'all both asked the question at the same time.
Yeah.
You go ahead and say
No.
it first.
I was saying, do you think he's a starter?
Yes, for sure. That's 1,000%.
right.
That's not a
All
question.
right. And how do you think he's going to produce when he has to go up against Devontae Adams, Justin Jeffersons, and those type of high caliber receivers?
I think he's going to be good. I think people sleep on rookie corners because Christian Gonzalez was a dog at Oregon when he came to the league. He was trapping A.J. Brown. He was trapping top tier receivers before he got hurt, and I think that's what Will Johnson could do too. I think he's physical enough to do that. I think Barron, he can't guard these receivers in man coverage. He's not versatile like Will Johnson, and he can't tackle like Will Johnson.
Nah, and truthfully, bro, I think Will Johnson definitely should have made been a 1st round pick, bro, because he is a dominant, strap receiver. And like, I agree, he is physical, bro, but a lot of these rookie corners, bro, they gotta, be prepared for what's coming for them. These top caliber receivers.
Yeah, Jahdae Barron, he plays off his instinct. I think that ball skills wise, that Will Johnson's 1,000% better. What was your question, Omo?
No, I was just saying, like, I believe he was a 1st rounder too, because all year it was really Will Johnson and Travis Hunter until he got hurt. So, and we all saw where Travis went. Now, granted, Travis does play both ways, but he played really well as a corner. He'd be drafted number 2 as a corner or a receiver. So, it just sucks that injuries are part of the game. I hope he does well, but we'll see.
Now, out of all this talent in the draft, who do y'all think is going to be the best picks in the draft?
Like best pick or like best picks?
I'm sorry, excuse me. Best picks, like what players are going to play phenomenal this year? Who's going to stand out?
All right, bias answer right here because I'm a Seattle fan. I'm just gonna go Jalen Milroe.
Gosh, that sucks.
Yeah, it might
sucks.
suck for you, but guess what? We got him and he's gonna shine. But I'm gonna go with definitely Shedeur Sanders. Cleveland Browns have to give him a starting spot. He's a quarterback that's calm. When he's under that pressure, if he has an offensive line to protect him, he can definitely move. He can scramble. He's not a running quarterback, but he can definitely get out the pocket. And he got an arm. He can throw it down the field, and he's accurate as well. So, you know, the Cleveland Browns got to steal with Shedeur Sanders, so that's my pick.
Best picks for me, even though it burns me to say this because I hate Giants fans, I really do. but Abdul Carter, like, he's a game changer.
Yeah.
He's definitely a game changer. And him, that's perfect fit for the Giants because they already had a nasty D-line. They were already, like, best in the sacks. Whatever. And now they got Abdul Carter, who's an absolute monster. Obviously, best picks, obviously Cam Ward. I'm sorry. I think Cam Ward is destined to be good. Just his determination and his will to want to win, no matter where he's at. I really enjoy that. Those two would probably be my best picks. Yeah, it's probably basic, but I genuinely believe that those two are actual, like, franchise, like, game changers. Travis is too, but I gotta see where he is, whether they're gonna actually play him both ways.
Facts.
I mean, on the depth chart, they have him starting at receiver. And on
I seen it at corner, bro, on ESPN. I seen corner.
They said they're primarily going to play him both ways, so we're going to see what happens.
I got to see if they're going to start him.
I'm going with. I don't know what y'all were thinking today. Y'all didn't choose the main guy. Genty's going to be a problem in that league. Because listen,
there's not going to be 300-pound linemen that's going to get in that backfield and crack. Not saying that Ashton Genty is not like that.
Whoa. Look, I got something for
like,
y'all.
Ashton Genty is like that, bro. But we're talking about NFL defensive tackles, bro.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. I got something for y'all. Look, the Raiders had one of the best offensive lines in the league last year towards the end of the week. And they picked up a really good offensive lineman from Texas Tech. Phenomenal. So, if you put a good offensive line and you run that with Genty, we see what he did at Boise State. He's going to do something crazy in the NFL. I think that he's a generational talent. He's going to change the game, and I'm excited to watch him play. And other than Genty, I would have to say Travis. I think Travis, either way you put him, he's going to be a game changer. The Jaguars needed a receiver. They only have Gabe Davis and Brian Thomas, and you add Travis Hunter there. That's good. And at cornerback, they needed a corner, and I think that the Jaguars will give Travis Hunter more play time than Jerron Jones. So either way, he's set up to be good.
Hey, Mike, can I ask you a quick question real quick?
Yeah.
Back to Ashton Genty real quick. Do you think his first snap, do you think the NFL is going to allow him to stand like Michael Myers in the backfield, or are they going to have him get in his stance?
Nah, he's gonna be Michael Myers back there. He's gonna be for sure, 1,000%.
With the visor, with the dark visor and everything.
Yeah. And then my last guy, I would have to say, is Luther Burden. He was a second-round pick, but I'm telling y'all are sleeping on him because he's got put in a perfect system. He has already DJ Moore. He has already Keenan Allen. Excuse me. And they drafted the tight end Colston Loveland. So he's in a perfect...
Overrated.
You said overrated?
Yes. For sure.
I'm 50-50 with it. I think he's good. I think, honestly, Mo, I think the reason you're saying that is because he's not Tyler Warren.
That's exactly why I'm saying that. They had Tyler Warren on the board, and they took Colston Loveland.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. I was going to ask you about that. But I think that Colston Loveland, he fits to Ben Johnson's system more than Tyler Warren because Ben Johnson likes to run a lot of play action and run heavy. And Colston Loveland is more of the traditional tight end that's going to block and maybe get open. Tyler Warren, to me, plays like a receiver. If it was me, Mo, I don't agree with you like that. I don't agree with you or say like that. But if it was me and we're looking at that draft board and I said, okay, I could have chose Tyler Warren or him, easily Tyler Warren.
Give me Tyler Warren.
Easily
Give me Tyler Warren. Yeah. That's my guy.
But, yeah, so I'm going to have to go with those guys. I think they're going to be game changers. And just one last question for y'all. Was there a shock in the first round of somebody that got drafted ahead of somebody that, like we just said, for instance, Warren and Loveland? Like, was there any shocks in that aspect?
Do I gotta go there again? The 25th pick. Jackson Dart. Why are you on the Giants?
No, other than Shador though. Other than Shador.
Oh, okay.
Man, really, to me, it was really that, like, Loveland. Like, when they drafted Loveland, I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, genuinely, what are y'all doing? Because, I don't know, I just think Tyler Warren's so much better. I think even then, he could be in that little Kelsey range of tight ends. So, like, Kelsey can run play actions. He may not block the best, but he as long as you give him to get a little bit of effort. Tyler Warren's a big dude. He can hold his own. So all he needed a little bit of effort. I just think they could have changed it. I think they could have did so much better. That was my shock. That was my, why would you do that? That was my, like, what are you doing?
For me, I'll have to agree with that pick. I think that was a shocker that we all thought. One other pick, and I'm going to leave it off at this because we do have to log out. Jahad Campbell. I don't know what Philly does. I don't know how they're able to do it. But they're able to draft Georgia U and Alabama U on the D-line, build it up, and then they win a Super Bowl. They become the best defense in the league. We need to put an end to Philly. We need to stop letting them draft everybody and their mother from Alabama and Georgia because Jahad Campbell should not have been a 31st or 32nd pick in the draft.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. And it's crazy. I was talking to my coworker about that. He said the same thing you said. He said Philly has to be stopped.
They have to be stopped, bro. I'm sick of it. Every year they get somebody from Georgia or Alabama. That's a
That
dog.
was good. It was just, I don't know. I just feel like people don't care about the balance of the league. And they let people slip. And everybody knows once Philly gets their hands on them, they'll be deadly. And it's just year after year. It all started, obviously, when they lost to the Bucks, and then they ended up trading and getting AJ Brown.
Yep.
It all started from there. From there, like, every year they've just added people. You're like, how? Like, why did we allow them to get them? And then it just topped off with Saquon. Like, that was the.
I'm telling you, it's the draft, bro. I don't know what they do, but they must have an eye on Georgia or Bama.
Man, it's tragic. Pray for Mike out here. He's in that division.
Nah, but we do have to log out of here. Is there anything else y'all want to say to the people?
Hey, man. Same thing as always. Y'all like, comment, share, road to 5K. Get us there.
Hey, man. Just like he said, keep following us, keep showing us love. You know what I'm saying? We gonna pump out this content to you. Obviously, go Ravens. Shout out my Cavaliers.
Go 12s.
That's all I gotta
Go
say.
12s.
For me, we got something sneaky coming up that y'all don't know about. Real sneaky. Y'all gonna look at the next video or a couple videos, y'all gonna be like, wow, they're really here? Something sneaky coming. Some
Y'all stay tuned.
up.
Stay tuned for this summer, y'all.
Stay tuned. We out.